it always starts off, nobody ever understands what I do. There's actually one guy I met last week who he goes, "Oh, you work in film production?" And I go, yeah, I work for a company called Technicolor. I'm a colorist. And he goes, "Oh, I know what that is." Of course, he was in the industry. Right. Everybody else, it starts off with, I sit in a dark room with the director of photography. We go through shot by shot, sometimes frame by frame, and we adjust the color to make everything flow and look exactly the way they want it to look. One would learn color grading, at least in my case, I learned color grading, I think, mainly because of my film background, my film degree. I took a lot of art classes, a lot of art history classes. I was very interested in photography, and making a photographic print is actually very similar to the work I do in a DI suite. And that basis made it very easy for me to learn how to color correct. Color science is actually very important for the process, and at Technicolor we have probably some of the greatest color scientists in the world, which makes my job a lot easier, because if I ever have any issues, I can always just pick up the phone and call any one of them, and they pretty much always have an answer for me. As a colorist, it's important to have a good understanding of color science. All the acquisition formats all work in slightly different color spaces, so you need to be able to ensure that what was captured on set is accurately brought into your color suite, and then you need to make sure the color grade you apply to that is accurately applied to all the deliverables you put out. I think the new tools have made the production process and the post-production process much closer, because we're basically working together to create the final product. Directors and directors of photography pretty much know what we're able to do, and they know ahead of time in production that, oh, I don't need to go and flag that light. I can fix that in the DI suite. We don't need to spend a time to run a net or something up to one of the lights. Take 20 minutes, because it'll just take a few minutes in the DI suite. The funnest part is sort of kind of in the beginning, is when you first meet whoever you're working with, the director, and you develop workflow. You know, you develop a dialogue, so when he says something, I kind of know what he means, and when that clicks, that's kind of the coolest thing. You know, he just says, you know, put a smudge over there, or put a whatever over there, and you know, I know what that means. That's kind of the fun thing. You develop relationships with people. What excites me most, I think, is the way the industry changes. It's always interesting, because we never stay still. We're always moving on to something bigger and greater. So there's always something new to learn. So that always keeps it interesting.